In my previous video, we used acrylic as a pigmented way to make Aroma stone diffuser. As we can see that the finished stones are light colored, if you want a dark color, you can increase the amount of acrylic, because it will make the stone brittle. Alternatively, you can make an all-white, uncolored stone diffuser and then use a brush to manually apply acrylics on it. Besides, my previous tutorial covers everything that beginner needs, including how to choose gypsum powder and supplies. I've put the link in the description bar, feel free to check it out. This video will demonstrate another pigmented way step by step. If you want to make a dark color stone diffuser with a vintage, retro feel but don't want to manually paint it, then keep watching. Without further ado, let's get into the making process. As always, prepare a favorite silicone mold, gypsum powder for aroma, and water. As for pigment, we use iron oxide instead of acrylic. This time we'll make a two-color stone diffuser. Let's make the white part. The ratio of gypsum powder and water is always 100 to 35. For the white part, I need 50 grams of gypsum powder and 17.5 grams of water. Mix them together and stir quickly in the same direction. Stir for about 30 seconds until there are no caking and bubbles on the surface. Then pinch a corner of the silicone bowl and pour it into the mold. Use a stick to pull the complex part of the mold to prevent air bubbles. Gently pat the mold to get rid of bubbles and make the surface flat. We don't have to wait for it to completely solidify before making another color. After pouring the white part, please continue to make another color. The reason for this is the fully solidified stone is microporous structure, meaning that it has many small holes, which is why it can diffuse fragrance. Also, the gypsum stone shines a little inside as it solidifies, which means that the stone creates a gap with the mold. Therefore, pouring another color after it has fully solidified could potentially lead to color missing. Of course, if your gypsum powder is denser or better quality, it won't miss the color even if you do so. But if this is your first time making a two-color diffuser stone, I would recommend not waiting for the white part to dry completely before making another color. Likewise, prepare gypsum powder and water with a ratio of 100 to 35. Here, I need 100 grams of gypsum powder and 35 grams of water. The making process of using iron oxide powder to color the stone diffuser is not the same as using acrylic. We need to mix the iron oxide powder with the gypsum powder first and stir evenly. This is to make the iron oxide powder better integrated into the gypsum. Generally, adding between 5% and 10% iron oxide to the gypsum powder can achieve a deep anti-effect. That being said, if you want to mass-produce aroma stones, you need to record the amount of iron oxide powder used, especially if iron oxide powder is newly gathered, so that you can increase or decrease the amount according to the effect you want, and then get a constant value to produce batch works without color difference. Please note that the color at this time is not the final color of the finished stone. Likewise, pour water into the gypsum powder and stir quickly in the same direction until there are no caking or bubbles. At this time, if you feel that the color is not dark enough, you can add a little more iron oxide powder because most of it is already well blended. It's okay to add a little now. Use a stick to pull the complex part of the mold to prevent air bubble. Gently pat the air bubbles out and make the surface flat. Only patting, don't shake it. Be careful not to pat too vigorously, otherwise the white part below will be shattered. After 1 hour, when the surface is dry and cool to the touch, it's completely solidified. Demold it. sand it while rinsing. You can do this under your faucet. This step is actually optional, however, doing this can significantly improve its texture. Place it in a ventilated and cool place to dry. If you want to use it as a pendant, use a hand twist drill to make a hole. You can also use an electronic hole puncher, which is more efficient. Put on a cord or pearl chain. Or you can bundle it with a small stand for sale. Apply Freon oil, essential oil, or perfume on a stone diffuser and spread it with your fingers. For about 10 minutes, the stone will completely absorb the oil or liquid. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment. If you're interested in more tutorials about Aroma stone diffuser, don't forget to follow this channel. See you in next tutorial. Bye!